Hello, this is James. Today we're going to be building the cheap version of the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon deck. And oh, look at this thickness. Okay, so what I have here already is the staples of the Azure Eyes deck. We have Whitestone of Legend that's sent to the graveyard either by Synchro Summon or Econ Take or just destroyed by battle. You can add a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. We have Protector with Eyes of Blue. He's really good for getting your Blue Eyes out and going into your turn 1 Azure Eyes. Basically, he's like a Ancient Rules with extra steps. We of course have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, star of the deck. Mausoleum of White lets us get an extra summon of the Light Tuner, and then we can still normal summon and do stuff. Silver's Cry, this is a quick play, Monster Reborn for your Blue Eyes monsters, and then this isn't from the box, Majesty of Eyes of Blue lets you freeze your opponent in place. 2 Ancient Rules, which by the way can be gotten from a ticket. Alright, so let's plug these free-to-play leaks. So let's do 1 Priestess with Eyes of Blue, she's not as effective as Protector. That's why everybody has 3 Protector and 0 Priestess. But she kind of mixes it up and has some fun plays buried in these two luscious paragraphs of text. And then so she lets you recover monsters, and then also you can special summon her by shuffling a Blue Eyes you control back into the deck. We're also going to do 2 Paladin of the Felgrand, good dragon control. Whenever we're making budget versions of decks, we're going to go from maximum cheese. So we're doing 2 enemy controller, 2 Treacherous trap hole, and then 1 Snipe Baby. This deck is focused on getting out Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, turn 1, and then after that you kind of just have a bunch of chaff in your hand. Tuners, and then like these Ancient Rules in your hand that you're not using. So Snipe Baby can make use of those cards to remove threats. And this deck is really fun because it feels like how you would imagine riding a Blue Eyes White Dragon actually would be. You feel wealthy and powerful and feared because it's a very forceful deck, and you're like, because you keep cards in your hand and then you're just able to steamroll with this big 3000 attack point monster that you wield with ease. You're like a fiscally responsible Targaryen king, which is the perfect monarch. Okay, we're going second against Rex Raptor, still rocking the dinos. You see, in Platinum, you see a bunch of dinos, and you get in the Legend, and you stop seeing the dinos. Okay, so we have Salamandra, and Enemy Controller, and Whitestone of Legend, Paladin of Felgrand, and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Okay, so Mausoleum of White is going to let us throw a Blue Eyes, pump up our Paladin, and then so I keep the enemy control. Okay, so this looks crazy. Anyway, so I sense the Wall of Daddy. There's like a certain, when people play very quickly, I know that they have the Wall of Daddy. That's the sense. So I keep the enemy controller in hand because I'm figuring I'll run into it and then turn the Salamandra into defensive position. Lo and behold, he has 2. Goes double Cyclone, hits the Mausoleum, and our Paladin stays on the field but gets destroyed next turn by the Evil Swarm Salamandra. Okay, so we have just the perfect hand for Protector to do its thing. We're gonna go Protector into Whitestone, tribute the Whitestone, and then we're gonna go Blue Eyes, special summoned, and then, but we get hit with the Paleozoic Canadia. So we can't do our Synchro Shokan. That's fine. Alright, so now we have Hydrogeddon, but no back row. So this is just going to be food for a glorious Blue Eyes. And we're going to go Blue Eyes, destroy the Salamandra, destroy the Hydrogeddon with that Silver's Cry. And now we have Priestess. And now Priestess is going to tune, level 1 tune, onto our level 8 Blue Eyes White Dragon for Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. Now, Azure Eyes and Blue Eyes White Dragon cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. Excellent protection for the Treacherous Hole. destroy the Hydrogeddon, and dinos cannot win off of a top deck situation. Okay, we're going second against the Crow Hogan. What do you have for us today, Crow? So we have Majesty, we have Whitestone, Blue Eyes, Enemy Controller, and Snipe Baby. So we're gonna... Oh, hello! It's the mirror match. Okay, so Snipe Baby gets hit. So Snipe Baby targets Majesty, gets hit with the Majesty. We're gonna destroy this Silver's Cry. So that was a total bust on the Snipe Baby. All right, and then we're gonna go for the Blue Eyes, and we miss. And then so it's very important that we get this Blue Eyes off the field. So that's why we're just gonna keep spending our cards. Whitestone of Legend sent to the graveyard with the Snipe Hunter. That puts a Blue Eyes into our hands. So really, it was all worth it. And this is, see, we're keeping the gold dragons, we're keeping the silver dragons in our hands. We are wealthy in Westeros. Okay, so he has the Melody of Awakening Dragon, which I still need to get. Protector with Eyes of Blue. Tributes itself. Special summons the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Frozen with the Majesty. Alright, so now both of these cards are just awestruck by the Blue Eyes in the grave. He has his own Paladin, and he's going to go... Alright, so finally Snipe Baby goes down. But we have Protector with Eyes of Blue, Whitestone of Legend, and the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Let's do our Synchro Shokan! And this is a great deck if you haven't done your tuner, your synchro summon missions. Like if you're stuck on those, you don't know what deck to use. Use this deck. You only need one Azure Eye Silver Dragon, and you'll just be Synchro Shokan every turn. All right, second against the Burger King, and we have Treacherous, we have Priestess, we have Enemy Controller, and we have the Whitestone of Legend. And this is some sort of Archfiends nonsense. I didn't even know that Archfiends could use Archfiend General and Pandemonium. I thought they were all just gifted with triple of the Emperor. Alright, so there's the Emperor. We're gonna go Treacherous, perhaps Impetuous Treacherous. But the Pandemonium lets him search the cavalry, and then he brings back the Emperor with the Continuous Trap and hits my back row. But we save our Paladin with our Enemy Controller. Okay, so now we're gonna go Whitestone of Legend, and then we're gonna tribute for the Archfiend Emperor, and then the Whitestone of Legend gives us a Blue Eyes into our hand. And alright, so we could have tributed for the Blue Eyes, but that wouldn't have given us the game, and that wouldn't have gotten rid of his Archfiend Emperor because he has the Revival Trap, and he could have just gotten it back next turn. So we have to risk what his back row is. Thankfully, it's just another call of the Archfiend. Oh, it feels good to econ take again. Okay, going second again against the second Burger King. And what do we got? Okay, so we have Silver's Cry, 2 Blue Eyes, and a Protector, and we have versus a triple set. Alright, so Paladin, a Treacherous Hole onto my monster and his monster, because he wants to get his Vampire Familiar into the graveyard. Okay, so Vampire Familiar, Vampire Retainer, Vampire Grace, negates my Treacherous, which we're not concerned with right now. Alright, so we're gonna go... Alright, so here's the hidden worth of Cyberstyle. So Cyberstyle can be used to tribute for Blue Eyes White Dragon, but its secret technology is that Proto Cyber Dragon is another effect monster which can be a target for Protector with Eyes of Blue. So that lets us, even though we don't have a tuner, that lets us put the Proto Cyber Dragon in the graveyard and go Blue Eyes and go Azure Eyes. And you know what? We even have an econ take target if we were so inclined. Alright, let's go for that Silver's Cry. Oh, this is such a good card. Anyway, econ protect, and we're just gonna Even though he goes for the crash, we must end the battle on our terms, and he must surrender to the king. Alright, we're going second against Yusei Fudo. Mark of the Dragon Head. 22 cards, 6 card extra deck. We have 2 tuners, an econ, and an ancient rules. We're gonna go Paladin of the Felgrand. Equipped with the blue eyes. It's some kind of Gemini Jazz. And we have an enemy controller set, an Enicon set. Hit with the Galaxy Cyclone. No! Alright, so we have Dark Valkyria, not summoned yet. We're going to put the White Stone of Legend in defense position so that we can get a Blue Eyes in our hand. That's why you want 3 of this White Stone of Legend. That's your main way to get Blue Eyes. We have Protector with Eyes of Blue. Summon the Priestess. And, alright, so here I get a little... Alright, what happened here was I went Protector with Eyes of Blue, summoned the Priestess, and then targeted Priestess with Protector, and then activated Priestess's own effect on herself. And then I added Blue Eyes cards to my hand, but that meant that we couldn't activate the Protector, so it was a misplay, but that's fine. We have Ancient Rules, so we're going to go Ancient Rules, Special Summon the Blue Eyes, and then Shinkuro Shokan into a Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. Oh, I never get tired of seeing this. Alright, so Azure Eyes now cannot be targeted, so even if he has a Treacherous, we're not worried about it, and maybe people will stop complaining about the Treacherous. So we're going to hit this Dark Valkyria. Now again, even if he normal summons the Dark Valkyria, we cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed until the end of this turn. So he's going to go Giga Plant, and we're going to go Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. We're going to bring back the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then we're going to go Priestess. So Priestess, by shuffling back the Blue Eyes, we can bring her out. We're going to play our second Ancient Rules, and then go into another Shinkuro Shokan. Just in case there are Treacherous lying in wait or targeting or whatever. This refreshes the targeting protection and the destruction protection for our Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, but there is a Wall of the Daddy. Alright, so what are we dealing with now? Shinkuro Shokan, Junk Synchron, and unsummoned Gemini monster into the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, but we're gonna hit that with the Majesty of Eyes of Blue. This is a clutch card right here. Might even bump that up to 2. So our Azure Eyes is safe, and that means that it can special summon more Blue Eyes from the graveyard, and then we're gonna go Silver's Cry for the second Blue Eyes for game. So my dragons beating it out, beating the Emperors, beating the enemy dragons, proving themselves to be the true Blue King. Thank you for watching.